Hello, everyone. Welcome to another Timespinner 2v2 tournament match. I am here uh, L- with ACZ joining me in the commentary booth for yet another fantastic match.
Hello, hello.
Uh, Excuse me while I have some technical difficulties with my music here. That is not to bother to, it helps if I actually do the entire soundtrack. One of these days I'm going to get this, I promise.
Look, I've done a lot of these, and I'll let you know. I'll let you know when I get it right.
Anyway, so this is a mystery style tournament with uh, a whole bunch of different potential options here going on for all of this. We are pretty deep into our losers bracket here at this point. This is a match between Friends of Lunaeus, helmed by Waffle Soup and Ducky 2010, versus Deity Delivery, which is Lord Raiden and Warehouse Jesus. Let's switch over to see our lovely layout designed by our friend of the community, ACZ. Thank you so much for making this. It has made everything so much easier
So much easier, and yet somehow it's still complicated.
every time.
Every
Um,
time.
all right, looks like I'm gonna have to adjust Warehouse Jesus's game stream a little bit, but I am gonna go ahead and get the race going here in just a few seconds. Uh,
Yep, we're getting them underway.
yeah. So just as this tracks down, do you want to give a quick intro over what we're going to see here in a few seconds when this timer counts down?
Oh man. So what we're gonna be seeing is our player ones, the top of the screen, will likely be sent to the present, and the player twos on the bottom of the screen will likely be sent to the past. But first, we got to figure out what orbs we've got. Forbidden Minus and Radiant Plus, or Blast Plus. Our player twos are huge on damage.
Oh, fantastic.
So, yep, our player twos are in fact being sent to the past and not the pyramid. 5% chance for that to happen to them.
Mm-hmm.
Um, they did not, however, start with the twin pyramid keys.
Oh my. That's always
So
a
they
fun
have
start.
no fast travel.
Yes. And real quick for those who are new here, for the purposes, Raiden not understanding he needs to start his timer when he starts the game. Um, we've got a lot going on here. You can see the Friends of Neliste team just did some map checking to see what their end goal is because we've got some randomization on that regard. Um, because they don't know if they need to do true ending or dad percent, which is simply killing the boss that is at the top of the Emperor's Tower in the present.
Ooh, fairly early double jump for player ones out of the player two world.
Oh, excellent. And another orb plus. That'll be really good
And
damage.
double jump on one side, nether orb plus on the other side.
Oh, interesting. And there's a
Ooh,
tablet for player.
early tablet.
That's for
That'll get
player.
us,
Yep, go ahead.
yeah, that'll get us a handful more checks once we get to the library here soon. And Mother of Pearl.
Yep, Mother of Pearl being a pretty decent just filler accessory slot until they get their better stuff. But yeah, that tablet's going to be especially good for the player one slot because they're going to have access to tablet checks. That might actually get them enough points to be able to hint early too. Player one,
That
so um,
Yeah, that is a massive aspect of this. Randomizers are obviously very random, and Archipelago, the system we are using for this tournament, has the option to do hints, which which minimize the amount of randomization that you have to deal with. Every check is worth 1 point, and you need 15% of your total points available in the seed to do 1 hint.
Yep, and
so it's a pretty sizable chunk.
Yep, and
so it makes them very strategic.
Yep, and that'll generally be about 31 points per hint here. So every 31 things they check between chests, items on the ground, certain boss drops, every 31 they'll be able to afford 1 hint, and at 15% they get about 6 hints. And using those hints judiciously has been the key player for a lot of the matches in this tournament.
Yes, between using them effectively to figure out, what you need to blitz, or to figure out a random item in the middle of an item chain, it's all about, using them effectively, because you can use hints to always hint your 5 pieces of the Timespinner, or maybe just your stuff for dad % goal. But like that might not be the most efficient use of your hints. So it's always been a very interesting thing to hear about people's hinting philosophy.
Yep. Interesting note here is that Friends of Neliste has not gotten that double jump for player 1 yet. So I'm assuming that was a left from the start situation.
Yes, that was the left side chest on top of the
refugee camp. Okay, so that one right there. So that may make that may give Deity Delivery an early lead, depending on how much progression player 1 gets here. Unfortunately, with the present start, they are more likely to run into BK mode early. That double jump may not lead to a whole lot. So unless the double jump here is really important, it may not end up making much of a difference, but we will see.
Yeah, the double jump right now for those player 1s is just a nice item to have. It doesn't actually unlock anything for them, just due to the nature of where they're stuck.
Looking at Ducky's stream here. Alright, good. Just wanted to make sure we didn't have an internet outage situation going on there.
For sure.
Yeah, looks like our players are making their way through. Starting to see those tablet checks in the library from Waffle Soup on Friends of Neliste side, and Lord Raiden is not far behind. Oh, that was there was a gear 2 there.
Yeah, there was a gear 2 at the very end of sewers. We didn't mention it, but we do have enemy rando on the player 2 side.
Oh my, yep, I just noticed that myself, and that is gonna cause...
It's become so normalized over the last few seeds to always see one enemy rando, but like, it makes a massive difference.
So key card A and wheel for player 1 in their own backer room, and a light wall for player 2 in there too.
Light wall is one of our infinite verticals.
And a water mask. And it's a plus. And of course, light wall is plus because we knew the radiant was plus. Yeah, this is going to be very interesting because just as Ducky was about to hit the end of the route to the right, that now gives her more things to do.
This does mean that Waffle Soup will not be getting that succubus hairpin from the left side of refugee camp.
Right, but most of the things that she would have been able to get access... Oh, you know what?
That she can't check the A card.
Was Lake Desolation flooded for player 1?
It was not. So she cannot check that A card. She cannot go into the Zarion caves.
Yeah, so unless Ducky finds a light wall or a celestial sash here, especially given that the player 2s don't have their twin pyramid keys, so they don't have an easy way to get back to the left side of the map. So we're going to see if Ducky's going to make that walk all the way back, because I think she's about to go try to work. Nope. Okay, so Ducky has decided...
Ducky is making the long walk back.
Yeah, Ducky has decided, you know what,
opting not to do light wall only Ilana's Towers, which is
fair. That is
More than understandable.
Yep, that's a fair decision. Meanwhile, Lord Raiden already in the Zarian caves. So now, to be fair, this is quite difficult. This is an end game area at a very low level with no gear. As this is the first room of the area, and
Yes,
Lord Raiden takes a death.
It is the second to last new area that you would have to traverse through for true ending.
Correct.
It contains the outside the final bosses, or the gyre bosses, the strongest boss that you are forced to encounter at 3000 HP.
So you can see here, these mushroom towers here, every time you hit them, they make one of these little children. They have a similar enemy in the past, but they don't quite do that. Making good use of time stop to get past the vine, though, which is perfect.
Yep. In this situation, you kind of just gotta take it slow. Make liberal use of that time stop. There are very few things that can hurt you while you have time stopped.
Yeah. And they manage. Lord Raiden makes it through, heading down. It looks like Waffle is grinding for experience because she doesn't have anything else to do. Meanwhile, Ducky has diverged and has decided to go down into the Siren Caves in the past. This is probably pretty smart, honestly. You've got the water mask.
Making use of the water mask.
And the free warp.
It will also give her a free warp back to the refugee camp.
Yep. Oh, and there's her own security keycard D that'll be helpful when she gets to the past or the present. Oh, and also I didn't notice. Ducky seem to have found player one's one of the laser accesses, so they've got that going for them too.
Lasers are one of those weird things where sometimes you're sitting there, you're 42 minutes into your seed, and you're just like, okay, I'm go kill all the laser bosses, make my way to the lab. Wrong, laser.
Yep, that was definitely wild. We're gonna see a Jack Squat room here. Seems to have been Jack Squat
room with aptly named Jack Squat.
Yep. Meanwhile, water checks here.
Ooh, lab lasers for player one as well.
Oh, fun! So every single laser type for player one. I'm gonna see if I can get some of these streams in better sync here. Okay, sorry for the jump there on Ducky's side. Just wanted to get their timers a little bit closer to each other. Doesn't look like we would have anything we would have seen would have been. Oh, looks like probably an Empire crown, or did she just buy that from the shop on Waffle's side? But here, Waffle is going to finally get that double jump and probably going to go straight for the A card as soon as she has it. Oh, she's got a D card as well. Okay.
Yep. A card and D card. Ooh, we have Wheel and Spindle on Lord Raiden's side.
Oh,
that is past access if they can locate the security key card D.
Which they should pretty soon here if they're following.
Yes, it is around here somewhere.
Yes, I'm presuming.
We believe it's in Siren's cave, right?
I can double check that information actually.
Well, that's the only place that
it was in the Wyvern room.
That warehouse is not.
Yeah, it was in the Wyvern room, and it looks like Warehouse Jesus is on their way there right now. So, yeah, that'll be present access. Looks like Waffle skipping a keycard entirely.
I mean, when you've got access to the Varna Grey Towers, I do not blame her. It is a much more appealing check than the late game area that is currently kind of beating Lord Raiden up.
That spindle is here.
That spindle is there. So she will likely need to traverse that twice.
Yeah. That will be interesting. So,
and
looks
there's
like
the keycard D.
Yep, and Raiden took a death.
Oh, that was player 2's keycard D.
Yes, player 2 found their as well. Yeah, so both player. So on Friends
Yeah,
of the Least,
both D key cards are down here.
yes, both DK cards are located. So Waffle, okay, Waffle is now heading to Zarian Caves, where she'll find her spindle and her present access. Meanwhile, Lord Raiden going to the end of Zarian Cave, probably just trying to. And there's Raiden's DK card. I think Raiden is simply trying to get to the end of the cave, get to the warp that's there, so that they can then probably skip the Zarian boss fight if I were them. But we'll see what they do.
With how weak their attacks are, I would be shocked if they went for the Zarion location.
Yes. Oh, a very timely max health up for Lord Raiden, healing them from red health to full health, fighting the snail there.
I would like to mention the snails can be jumped over if you time stop them.
Yes, so Raiden does not seem to know that fact, unfortunately, for them.
You play so much rando, you can kind of blank on
Yes,
time stop being a mechanic.
I will also say, Deity Delivery has not had a match in literal months. We've had some weird scheduling snafus with this tournament, and that is getting through. So, let's see where Raiden is going next.
Hopefully not
Raiden
back to where they were.
Raiden is heading back to the library. Oh, and we've got Gear 3. Okay, so players 2s have their own Gear 3s in the eels. Looks like Ducky's already picked that up.
Yep. Ducky is cleared out.
Because I haven't mentioned it yet, for those of you who are unfamiliar, the tracker setup. The outside trackers are for the bottom players, so the two purple trackers here are for Ducky and for Warehouse Jesus. And then the inner two trackers are for the top players. So the black tracker on the left is for Waffle Soup, and the teal tracker on the right is for Lord Raiden. Alright, Ducky now starting to hint, wanting to know where her Twin Pyramid keys, and she has her own Twin Pyramid keys.
Was that their own Twin Pyramid keys at Waterfall, or was that player one's Waterfall?
Let me see.
I could make out Waterfall, and that's about it. Waffle Soup showing off how you can time stop and jump over the snails, basically.
Yep. I'm not seeing the hint coming through on the pages here. Let me get that to show up here.
Well, Ducky seems to be heading.
Yes, it is. It is
suspiciously towards Waterfall.
It is their own waterfall. Yes, there it is. So, it looks like we've actually gotten 2 hints out of Friends of Neliste. Waffle did, in fact, hint for her own spindle for her past access, and Ducky is now hinted for her Twin Pyramid keys. Meanwhile, over on Deity Delivery, Lord Raiden has entered the past, and Warehouse Jesus is fighting Golden Idol. What spot was this? Oh, is this the vanilla spot? No.
Golden Idol at Bird.
Okay. Unfortunately, doesn't have fire. Picks up 2 neurotoxin traps.
2 neurotoxin, just in case.
Just in case. You never know. And then Max
Only
Aura.
to get Max Aura up.
Good sequencing there. I'm gonna quick fix the cropping on Lord Raiden.
Well, Waffle Soup, what do you want to go do first? You can get everywhere.
Do a little bit of crop fixing. Layout adjustments.
I do like the Waffle opens up the map only to see that it's all available.
Oh, yes. Well, yeah, I suppose so. They do have their water masks, don't they?
Yep. They got water mask and vertical.
There is one
Go
room
clear out
that is
everything.
well. There were two areas that they needed to check for because they do not have pink. They do not yet have a pink item, so they obviously can't access the throne room. But they also need to know if they could access the well, three actually, because they don't have a drawbridge key. They don't have infinite vertical. If the drawbridge key had been on, they wouldn't have been able to access the right side of the map. And then if Royal's Roadblock were on, they were not going to be able to access the Royal Towers. So
That is true.
there is so much information that can be gleaned from.
Ooh.
Is that a progressive Kobo? That is a progressive Kobo for player 1 over on Deity Delivery's side. So now we know that the Geyer is in Logic for player 1. I don't think we've seen any of them from player 2, so we're not sure in that yet. The Geyer are 2 optional bosses and an optional randomly generated area that become in Logic when certain conditions are met in the randomizer, added in just to have a few extra things to do.
Yep. Vanilla areas just shuffled around because we can.
Yep.
What are you gonna do? Stop us?
And very non-vanilla ways to get there. Usually the Geyer is fully randomized, and then when you go through it, you face one of 2 bosses at the end. We instead have 2 separate areas that warp directly to the bosses, and a third area that warps to the randomly generated part. After finishing, just dumps you back out where you came in. Alright, so we've got a fair bit of divergence. Ducky is now in Maw Caves. We've got Jackpot Room with not a whole lot of jackpot in it. And a trap that she's not going to pick up. Ducky, that's 1/31th of a hint.
That is 1/15th of a hint. What if you need one more point later and you can't get it?
Waffle is fighting Ravenlord as I'm assuming Golden Idol, because I believe Waffle went to the right. While looks like Lord Raiden has chosen to go to the left, probably because they have fire. Wants to burn the vines and be able to go make those checks in the present.
Oh no, that was
Oh, that was Cantor.
Ravenlord at Azure Queen.
Oh, Ravenlord at Azure Queen. Okay. Thank you, Anven. Yeah, Ravenlord, not the easiest boss fight. Double jump helps a significant amount. Player 1 actually on the Friends of Neliste is at 4 or 5 pieces of the Timespinner. So they're technically maybe only 2 items from Go mode. Depending. Because player 1's were Unchained Keys, so they might just be a Mysterious Warp Beacon and a Timespinner gear from finishing the game. Well,
yeah,
yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah, they could get the right side warp, which would mean they would need no infinite vertical.
Sure. Or they have a Wet Regret, which would mean they can just swim through it.
That's also true.
There are numerous ways in which this could be absolutely wild. That's a Forbidden Tome Plus for player 2. And actually, one thing I just didn't think to look for. It looks like they both had their jewelry boxes.
Yes, they did. They did both have their jewelry boxes. The only odd starting gear out was those Twin Pyramid keys for player 2, which Warehouse Jesus has still not gotten to Waterfall to get.
Yeah. So, meanwhile, looking at the hints, Friends of Neliste have used 2 of their hints, one for each player. Deity Delivery has not done any of their hints yet. So we'll see if and when they decide to use those. How are we looking in terms of disparities here? Looks like player 1 has Kobo on Deity Delivery side, but Geared 1 on Friends of Neliste side. Player 2... Oh! It looks like... oh yeah. Yes, we knew that Ducky hinted for her twin pyramid keys. Meanwhile, Warehouse Jesus has not yet gone to the waterfall. We might see them go there after the end of this area. This is a well-known area for chaining into the water checks of the area above this, which is the Siren's Caves. And then
Waterfall is kind of just in a weird position between two warp points.
yeah, so
Not that, we can use those warp points, mind you.
yeah,
We need to go to Waterfall before we can use those.
right. But if they get to the top of this area and go to the right, they'll be able to do Bat Ledge, and if they haven't already done it, and then also move along. And hey, look, an elevator keycard. Looks like Ducky already had that, but good to get. And Ducky now single jump light walling through this place. And there's a hairpin.
Wrong. Double jump light wall.
Now double jump light wall. Lord Raiden going through that Raven Lord fight.
Log roller being rude as always.
And there's a Timespinner wheel. That might between that and the twin pyramid keys, that was very likely. They've got lots of modern access.
So, depending on the way the settings rolled, that pyramid key could have only unlocked a position inside the pyramid.
Correct. Or just another one of the past warps that they already had. But with the Timespinner spindle, they have a 50-50 chance that it also, if they go specifically to the warp that is in the refugee camp, might be able to go directly to the library in the present.
Yep.
You see...
The way that ends up working out is... If Back to the Future is on, which is that wheel spindle warp in the refugee camp, if that is on, it is entirely possible that they exclusively got, or they'll get 2 warps, and it is possible that neither of them lead to modern. This is also assuming that Enter Sandman is on, so that if Enter Sandman is on, they get 2 warps.
Yeah.
One will possibly, or one will, I believe, if Enter Sandman is on, one will go to the pyramid.
Yeah, if Enter Sandman is on,
and then the other one can be either in the past or
the
present, depending on settings.
Meanwhile, we have seen a lot of stuff in Royal Towers and Player 2 sides of Ducky having just gone through the entire area. We found at least one. We found a laser gate for Player 1. Oh my gosh, what else did we find there? Oh, looks like we also got the hint from Player 1 about where their Gear 3 is. It is at their own Raven Lord post fight.
Ooh.
So
they do?
Nope.
Sorry, no, they don't.
Yeah, Player 2. So Ducky has a
we've got
feather.
We've got military lasers on both sides. Player 1 and Player 2. I just now noticed that because I watched Ducky pick up a laser and I was like, and that's the last laser. No, they have 2.
Yep, they have 2, and you can see over on Deity Delivery they both have their orange laser folders. So this is certainly a lot going on, and now we've got Royal Towers over on Waffle with their own security keycard B. That is a lot of checks in the present. And it looks like they also have Player 2's security keycard B, which is... Where was that hint just now? Come on, room.
Sealed Cave Sirens... No! I couldn't see.
Player 2 security keycard B is at Sealed Cave Sirens Sign Room Underwater left. So Player 1 needs the elevator keycard in order to get to that location. Or to find their modern warp beacon, because that's another thing. No warp beacons for player 1s yet on either side.
Yeah, that is true. That modern warp beacon could skip the need for that elevator keycard.
Indeed, it's a low chance, but it's not 0.
The odds are low, but never 0.
And yes, as pointed out in chat, lab access is gating gear number 3 because I mentioned before that each of those bosses has a unique place to get into it. The place to get into the Ravenlord boss fight is in the lab.
In
Luckily,
the lab, gated by the Merchant Crow familiar,
yes,
which we also do not have.
yes. Luckily, though, they already have the Genza laser, which is the only thing they would need to be able to get to that. So as soon as they have their final laser access, they have go mode.
They'd still need the Ravenlord familiar.
Right. Okay. So
Or the
final
Merchant
laser to
Crow
get into the
familiar.
lab, and then the Ravenlord familiar. Well, Merchant Crow familiar to access the Ravenlord fight. So player one. So Waffle is 2 items off of go mode. Meanwhile, Ducky is 2 pieces off of go mode, assuming they didn't roll that percent. I did not see what player 2 actually got for their end goal. So much going on. There's so many things that we can be talking about at any given moment. All right, it looks like player 1 did. So Waffle did hint for where her laser is. It is in Lake Desolation Upper, in her own world. So she needs to burn vines.
Always something. Ooh, and we have Gyre for player 2 as well.
Oh, excellent. Meanwhile, player 1 just Lord Raiden just found their first pink item in their own maw caves. Near the end, at the memory at the end there. So that might be important.
You were so close, right? Time stop and then jump on top of them. Don't try and time stop and go through them.
I mean, I have seen people who are very good at doing the damage boost strat to get through the snails instead of time stopping. Something I want to learn someday, how to do it consistently.
I think my method for doing the damage boost strat is literally just to not even bother and just take the 2 hits.
Fair. Yeah, it's a strategy that involves a very precise jump. Maybe
generally, if I'm at the point where I'm considering damage boosting over trying to do time stop stuff, unless I literally don't have time stop, is a point where I'm more than okay taking 2 hits.
Yeah. All right. So Ducky checking her map. Looks like she's got Desolation, a few. She's got Cantorin, the Azure Queen area, and a few odd checks over on the right in the past.
Much more lucrative at this point to go check your present.
Yeah, especially, well, she doesn't have fire yet, so she hasn't been able to burn vines, but neither has Warehouse Jesus. We've got the Maw at the Feline Sentry boot spot. Very quick work, weak to Radiant.
400 health, weak to Radiant, and we did find Galaxy Earrings earlier, which was not like a super critical pickup, but it does just increase the damage that we were doing with our Radiant Orb.
Oh, yes. Galaxy Earrings.
So we have been putting levels onto that orb.
Yes.
That boss is the weakest boss in the game,
Yep.
and it was weak to the orb that we've been putting levels on.
Yes. One thing I have not mentioned. I minus. So the Galaxy Earring accessory is an accessory that increases your orb experience gain. In the base game, it means that every time you kill an enemy, you get 2 orb experience instead of 1 orb experience.
Yeah, it doubles it. That's awesome.
Yes.
Unfortunately, 2 is not a lot.
Correct. So the randomizer has a setting to increase that value to any number you want. So we, in our tournaments, have changed it so that every kill with an orb will give you 15 orb experience instead of 1 orb experience if you have the Galaxy Earrings on. And so the Galaxy Earrings do a lot, especially because damage scaling on orbs through orb levels is not very high. Putting it to 15 actually makes a huge difference.
Yes, it does. It makes a significant enough difference that people are willing to equip it now.
Indeed. refreshing Ducky's stream to get it a little bit closer to time here. Oh, there's some of those there's those double laser accesses.
Warehouse Jesus. You know you want to go check Waterfall. You've literally got nothing else to do.
You can't warp. You do not have your keys yet.
You cannot warp. You do not have your keys. You know you're gonna walk by it. Might as well just go get it.
And it looks like Raiden has also at this point hinted for his final gear and now knows where it is.
Now knows that it appears close, but it is not.
Yep. Meanwhile, Waffle Soup is doing out of logic Maw spot in order to get a few more checks in the present, but it's gonna have to do things out of logic.
That'll open up 2 more checks in the present, as well as making it so that the entirety of Lake Desolation is a gas run, except for one room.
Yes, it is.
That is strangely not filled with gas.
Yep, it is actively trying to kill you while you are outside.
Yep, which is fine. We've all played the game a lot, or at least the runners here have played the game enough to the point where we're pretty familiar. We shouldn't be getting beat up too much to the point where the damage over time from suffocating matters.
Yep. And worst case scenario, Archipelago also includes a gifting system, so they can use all of their consumable health items and then ask their friend to send them some more.
Exactly.
So, interesting. Ducky does have her gas mask, but Warehouse Jesus does not. But I'm hoping Warehouse Jesus is about to finally get to their Twin Pyramid key. Yes,
they will be walking right by it, I think, unless they decide that they're gonna go down into the Siren Caves again.
Nope, here they go. And we're gonna find it right here. Fantastic. So
first a bird statue.
So
and here they are.
Yep. So at about the 35-minute mark, oh, there's gear 1 for player 2. So now player 2 is down to 1 missing gear. And then both player 1s have fire now. Pyro Ring was somewhere. But we're gonna get to the point here where there's that last laser. So other than Merchant Crow, player 1, so Waffle is 1 item away from go mode.
Yep, 1 item away. We did find an infinite vertical, so we are even good on that front.
Oh, excellent. All 4 players have their light walls. No celestial sashes yet, but all 4 players with light wall double jump.
Celestial sash. We've got good old platform we can spawn out of thin air.
Indeed. But looking at the state of things at the 35-minute and 30-second mark, I would say Friends of Neliste have a slight edge over Deity Delivery, partially because they've used more hints, so they know more about what they've got going on. For example,
yes, they've just had a better idea about what needs to be completed yet in their seed.
Yep. So yeah, right now, Friends of Neliste have used 5 hints, and Deity Delivery has used 1 hint. I'm sorry, 2 hints. It looks like Warehouse Jesus did in fact hint for where their Twin Pyramid keys were, and it looks like Ducky is now trying to hint for their way to the right side of the tower. Pretty important there. So tried to find security key card C, and it was in a terminal in the library, which they do not have a tablet for.
Ooh, and then did I see them try to hint for B as well, but not have enough points?
Correct. They tried to hint. No, they tried to hint for the tablet. They're at 23 of 31 hint points as of that hint.
Oh, tablet. Okay, that makes more sense.
Yep, because tablet gets.
Honestly, they make an equal amount of sense.
Yep.
Tablet gets you more checks. B card gets you into the lab.
Yep. Speaking of, we've got Waffle Soup going through the military hangar on her way to said lab. And there's her elevator key card.
Elevator key card.
That is going to be that gets Waffle her final time spinner piece, if I remember. Yep, that'll. No, it
No, it was
Oh my.
What was it?
Okay, so Waffle has hinted for where her Merchant Crow is. She is in go mode. Merchant Crow is the Genza boss reward.
Oh.
So she's gonna go kill Genza, get the Merchant Crow. That is why we are
skipping checks.
Yep. So she's.
That is why Waffle Soup is moving with purpose.
Yes. Another feature of this format is the way we are calculating final times is we are averaging each player's on a team's final times together. So the lowest average final time is the winner. So you have to make the decision of, if a player is in go mode, do they just go finish the game because they want to score a lower time as soon as possible, and then go back into the game and go looking for the other items that the other player might need. And that is the philosophy that Friends of Neliste seems to be following, because Waffle is just beelining into the game here. She knows exactly what she needs. She's going to get it. So right here, Merchant Crow is going to drop from this boss. She's going to go backwards to the Merchant Crow spot, fight that, get her gear, then go to the past, probably through the same room.
Yep. A little bit of back and forth here, but...
Yep. Meanwhile, it looks like Ducky went and beat the maw with the gas mask, is not suffocating, and is going to go check the fire checks and the or they've already checked the fire checks, so they're going to go check the the crash site checks.
The captain's gear chest.
Yes. And
what was it? Very, very useful alchemy tools, notably a very helpful item that does absolutely nothing.
And Corruption, a very incredibly helpful spell that is absolutely useless against bosses in Boss Randomizer, due to the way that Corruption works and the way the Boss Randomizer works. It is ineffective, to say the least. And there's that final gear, putting Waffle Soup in go mode. Let's check in with Deity Delivery. Have they started using their hints? Nope, they are still only use the 2 hints, looking for player 2's Twin Pyramid Key and player 1's 3rd gear. Let's see what they do next.
So Ducky is also one piece of the time spinner from having it all, and I don't know if she has access to the pyramid just yet through that pyramid key.
Yep, I don't think she's checked, or if she has checked, we haven't noticed.
A lot of stuff to pay attention to. Can you blame us?
Yep. Deity Delivery. Let's see. We've got Warehouse Jesus. I think is hinting. I have not actually looked at the race time room in a little bit. Okay, nothing there. Yep, so it looks like...
Yes, that was a hint for gear 2. Does Waffle no light wall skip? Did you know that the Waffle was on GDQ this past GDQ?
I did.
If you didn't, you should go watch the run.
It was a fantastic run. Yeah. So Waffle showing off the impressive light wall skip. So normally that is a very tall vertical shaft that you fall down for a good 5 seconds or so, and you then have to find infinite vertical in the vanilla game. However, it's not necessarily there here in the randomizer, so you would have to light wall your way all the way back up. However, if you
fall down the pit, and then you are forced into finding the celestial sash at what we call regret chest.
Yes. Because
there's never anything good unless there is.
Yep. So
it's a regret either way.
First final boss is Zarian, weak to the blunt damage from Nether Plus. So this should be a pretty good fight. Don't know what Waffle's gear looks like though. Have not noticed any.
She's got a shadow seal, which is like worth like 7 Empire crowns.
And I
so long
believe
as,
she's
you
got
know.
an Empire crown equipped, but based on how much damage she's taking from each of these individual bits of damage, probably does not have terribly amazing body armor.
Yeah, might not have that eternal coat.
Yeah.
The final bosses do still hit like trucks regardless,
Yes.
but
It is
usually they'd be hitting for a little bit less.
Meanwhile, Ducky seems to be stuck, waiting for Waffle to finish. Another boss that is weak to the blunt damage of another plus. So we'll probably see Waffle Soup marking herself as done here in just a few seconds. Meanwhile, Lord Raiden about to enter the laboratory. And Warehouse
Exclamation points for Waffle Soup.
Exclamation points in chat for Waffle Soup, who's just finished her goal. Presumably. Yes. Perfect.
Did not get booted out of the room.
Did not get booted out of the room. And now Ducky just waiting. So it looks like, okay, so we've got a player 2 hint for Gear 2 is in their own lab.
That adds up.
So yeah, that B card that is in player 1's
B card,
world, which we know is in player 1's world. Because, yeah, so player 2's security keycard B is in the Siren Cave. So you can see Waffle here is beelining for the Siren's Cave.
Yep, very fortunate to have found that elevator keycard in one of the in-the-way checks as she blitzed towards her goal.
Indeed. Raiden has that same elevator keycard, but they lack the information. Warehouse Jesus does not know where their B card is, nor that they need it. Well, no, they do know that they need it.
Yes, they have hinted that Gear 2.
Yeah,
they know they need it. They just don't know where it is.
Yep. Meanwhile, Ducky actually has not been able to hint for her Gear 2, so she doesn't know necessarily that the B card is here. No.
Yeah, but when,
no, she knows her B card is here. She doesn't know where her gear is.
Knows the B card, doesn't know the gear.
Correct. So knows she's about to be able to go through this door, doesn't necessarily know what's on the other side. And yeah, you're gonna see Waffle up top is just going to do everything that she can do.
Go to the next check dense location. If you're not checking density, if you are Waffle Soup and not checking density, you are assuming you are behind, and I don't think, well, actually, they have the information. They know Waffle Soup is the first person to have completed the game.
Yes.
That is some information they have. Waffle Soup was the first one done. You can safely assume you are at least a little bit ahead.
Correct. That is a fair point.
I was about to say, you can't really assume you're ahead, but they actually can. Waffle Soup is done. Lord Raiden is not done. You are technically ahead.
Yep. Lord Raiden's about to get... Yep, there's that Merchant Crow. So I think Lord Raiden's immediately going to go back. Yep. Hit the save point.
Gonna tag the save. Makes sense.
Yep. The Raven Lord spot is a scary spot.
$5,000 health and a respectable amount of damage. It adds up.
Indeed.
But with that Nether Plus, we're not too worried, I'd say. Corruption Plus, just in case you want it.
Sorry for the Discord ping. I'm guessing that Ducky very soon is going to hint if she can get enough points. I think she's going to be there pretty soon. Oh no, I guess not actually. So, um, over on Ducky's side, she has finished 64-ish% of her checks. That is enough for 4 hints, and she has used 4 hints. So she's likely. Oh, flooded lab for player 2. That is
That
unfortunate.
that just makes it slow. We've had water mask for a long time.
Yeah, but when you're trying to finish and freaking out that your opponents might be getting there, it's always terrifying
Oh
to
yeah.
see floods anywhere.
It does look like that gear is in the big room. The
Uh,
big trash chute room.
yes, it is in the trash. It is lower trash on the right side, so the chest in front of the breakable wall. Which looks like Ducky might be getting any moment now.
Yep.
Yep, she's heading right there.
We're in the vile purple water of the lab.
Yep, and lucky for Ducky, she has.
Celestial Sash. Yippee.
Oh, good. Lucky for
For
Ducky.
player 1, who's done?
Yes. Luckily for Ducky, who she has not turned off her lab because she doesn't have the lab lasers, which means she'll be able to warp out of the lab as soon as she gets this gear, which is right here.
I don't know if they can. I think they have to complete the lab. I don't know if they have that pyramid warp.
Oh, yeah, I think you're right. I think given what she's doing right now, they must not have the ability to warp directly to the pyramid. Meanwhile,
Cool pyro ring.
Lord Raiden is going to the pyramid, has gotten all of his pieces. Warehouse Jesus, restocking, checking shops. Very expensive warp shards. Oh my
Ooh.
gosh. Those are 10
10
times.
times price. We heard you wanted to be poor.
Luckily, things sell for 10 times as much as well. So if they can sell some items, they will be just fine. Ducky making quick work of the lab. Player 1 finally finding the gas mask in the military hangar in a check that was skipped on their rush to finish the game. Looks like Lord Raiden already has that, in fact. Oh,
Yep. Lord Raiden, on their way to and through the military hangar, was checking everything.
Yep. And you can see Lord Raiden is doing the light wall climb in that large shaft. You can see here that Lord Raiden's aura meter is pink. That was actually added in the randomizer. We decided there were a few rooms where you might need to climb up them backwards, and so for those rooms, we set them to the developers of the randomizer set those rooms to have the same effect as the Voltarillis fight, which is increased aura regeneration, just passively because the environment is soaked with aura.
Yep. Also notably present in the Maw fight.
Yes.
I'm very quick to point that out as well.
Yes. Now Raiden is entering their final fights. Meanwhile, Ducky has broken time and is going to move through their pyramid. Ducky does not have infinite. Well, Ducky has light wall, does not have her celestial sash. It's almost wild to me to see the difference in these two trackers between player 1 and player 2 over on Friends of Neliste.
Player 1 gets a little bit of everything, and player 2 gets exactly what you need to beat the game.
Just exactly.
Plus Talaria.
Plus Talaria. Because everyone wants Talaria. Have to fight your muscle memory with Randomizer in a lot of these rooms. I can attest to just knowing, okay, so in that room specifically where she was just in, I jump at the torches, and then I can jump right over the enemies that are in this room. And then you jump at the torches, and you face plant directly into an enemy that is right there. Ducky gets the semi-light wall skip.
A safe version, opting not to bother with dashing so that she does not accidentally overshoot.
Indeed.
Which I have done before. If you dash off that ledge, it is entirely possible that you double jump and then place your light wall, double jump, and then completely overshoot your light wall and end up on the other side of it, and you have to hold back to grab it.
Yep.
And if you aren't prepared to do that, it can be devastating.
Yep. That is, in fact, what Waffle ended up having to do. She did have to double back to grab onto her light wall when she was doing the skip. Yep, so we got...
Yeah, and if it's something you're prepared for, it is relatively simple. Oh, is that Nightmare at Sandman? Are we doing 126 damage with our light wall and radiant orb? Goodbye.
And then switching back to Empire Orb for whatever the second boss is. It's Final Boots! Final Boots! Final
At the
Boots!
kitty! Kitty is, notably resists radiant damage.
Kitty notably resists several types of damage and is not weak to anything. This is the very first boss of the game.
I only mentioned radiant because that is the orb we have been rolling with. Exclamation points for Lord Raiden.
And also double exclamation points for Ducky and Friends of Neliste, who have finished in first place with official times of 43 minutes, 53 minutes, and 44 seconds. And we have a forfeit from Warehouse Jesus. GG's.
Understandable. Still a ways away. GG's for everyone. So many exclamation points and so much good plays.
Indeed. And looks like Friends of Neliste is ready to be pulled in, so I'm going to go ahead and pull them into the room. Oh, you got it. Hello.
I got it. Hello.
Whoa.
Welcome. That was a pretty good race.
Glad to hear that.
That was very, very interesting for quite a little bit. So early on, Ducky, were you kicking yourself when you finally found Waffle's hairpin?
A little bit, but not really, because I found something else that was really important as well. I can't remember what it was. I think it was a key card or something.
Yeah, so you found the A key card going to the right. But because Waffle didn't have the hairpin, she wasn't able to utilize it. So in that regard, your team was behind because Warehouse Jesus did go left immediately, picked up the hairpin, and it looks like we're not going to get them for commentary. I will nudge them here. But yeah, so when Deity Delivery got their A key card, they already had the double jump, so they were able to go immediately into the caves and get that spindle.
Mm-hmm.
Whew.
Yeah.
I guess on the flip side, though, because I got it later, by the time Waffle had to go there, she was a slightly higher level, so that probably helped.
Yep, that is true.
Yeah, I think that was the other thing, is you also sent me a plus orb as well. That direction, which helped a lot.
Yeah,
too.
well,
Yep.
what ended up happening is because Lake Serene was flooded, Warehouse Jesus went to the left first, picked up the handful of checks there, and then went back to the right.
Okay.
So, actually, I don't even know if they did more than grab the item on top of the refugee camp.
Mhm.
Grabbed that and then went back to the right.
Sure.
I was like...
Go ahead.
Yeah, I did a lot of small things where I was just... wasn't sure if it was the correct decision, but, in the end, I guess it worked out, so...
Yeah.
I mean, if it all works out, was it the incorrect decision?
Yeah, I think this once again came down to the hinting. you guys did a lot more hinting than they did. Looking at the rooms, they had 5 hints used, and you had 9 hints used, and a lot of overlap between what was hinted for.
Mhm.
Although I'm pretty sure you hinted for your gas mask just to use points at the end.
I just wanted to know where it was. And
Yeah, fair
I
enough.
thought that it would, when I had gas mask, it would trigger the Valette is safe cutscene, just because I like that cutscene.
That's fair.
Yeah, I was actually at the end there. I was actually like counting my checks because I needed the gear 2 still, and then it just happened. It was on 20 out of 30 checks I needed to hit that I got the last piece I needed. So
Oh yeah, so that was a difference in hints. So you had hinted, so Ducky, you had hinted for where your B key card was so that you were going to be able to get into the lab. Warehouse Jesus had hinted for where their gear 2 was, so they knew it was in the lab, but they didn't know where their B key card was. And in fact, if I remember correctly, they did not actually have their B key card when the race ended. It looks like we are officially not getting Deity Delivery for post match commentary.
Okay.
Which, fair enough. They're tired.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, no. There was a good period of time where there was some divergence. Another important factor was the Twin Pyramid keys. Obviously, player 2s did not start with them. Ducky, you were the first to get yours, partially because you hinted for it, and partially because I think that Warehouse Jesus either forgot to go left to there or had not hinted for it yet, or just a combination of the two, but ended up as
Opted to go up Ilana's towers with that light wall. So had things to do that were not walk past waterfall.
Yep. So they came out of the Maw Caves and didn't go straight to the waterfall. I think that was probably their undoing. Oh.
well, I mean that's at the end of the day, that's part of just part of the game, right?
Yeah. It's
Absolutely.
very weird to finish your game and still feel like you are not even close to done with the race.
Indeed, because
I don't think I've had a match like that before yet.
yeah, that is definitely a thing that can happen in these settings. So yeah, so how did you feel having to be like, okay, I've finished? And it seems like you chose the strategy of, okay, I know everything I need to know to finish the game. I'm going to go beeline, pass all of the checks on the way, go straight to the end, register your final time, then go back in. Is that correct?
Yeah, I did a small handful of checks along the way, but stuff that was only like really convenient. But
Yep.
yeah,
Which did find you that elevator key card.
it did. Yes.
Yep. Yeah.
That is a good point. Yep.
Yeah, had it not, had you had to have gone back for that, that would have been a disaster. Well, maybe not a disaster, but definitely would have been a lot more extra time looking around, because you were able to come back in and immediately beelined for that area.
Yep.
Because yeah, you knew the security keycard B was there. I remember the sequence of events. I definitely wasn't distracted by 8,000 things happening at once on every single stream.
Oh, I remember it perfectly too. Yep.
8,000 things
what were we
going
talking
on
about?
as a restreamer.
Yep.
Never. I set it up and then I never have to think about it again ever.
Never, ever. Oh, and that reminds me, because I saw you were about to hint for your tablet, Ducky, or you were trying to. Your tablet was in your Emperor's Tower.
Cool.
That's awesome.
That C key card was not happening.
Yeah. Which in hindsight, I was like, well, the C or the B gets me to my last laser access, but then like I need the B card to get to the lab anyway, so I should have just,
Hindsight.
Yep.
Yeah.
You got there in the end, and that's what matters.
Indeed. So, speaking of, so congratulations on your victory. As mentioned at the start of the stream, this is the losers bracket. So that was unfortunately Deity Delivery's second loss. So they have been knocked out of the tournament. And so Friends of Neliste is going to move on to play Hundo Runners, a team composed of, as you might expect, players who compete in the 100% speedrun of Timespinner.
And I believe this also officially gives us our top 8.
Yeah,
Ooh,
I believe you are
it does.
correct.
Hold on.
Yeah, I don't have the...
I didn't think about that. Otherwise, I would have had the challenge up.
Oh, I still have the challenge up. It's always up on my phone, because I am that kind of person.
I have a hard time deleting tabs on my phone, too. I don't blame you.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yep, that makes our top 8. So, so you're going to be going up against Hundo Runners. The winner of that match will then go on to play against Godspeed You, Pink Emperor, to determine the victors of the losers bracket, or Godspeed You, Pink Emperor, which will then go against Dead by Dad-like to determine the victors of the losers bracket, to then go play Enough in the finals. So we have a string of matches here, but we're down to our final 4/5 matches of the tournament.
Yep.
And I think we're hoping to get them done pretty quickly. So.
Yes.
Yes.
I have a little bit of a deadline.
Oh yes, you do.
Absolutely.
Patty needs practice, so it might not be an immediate match. Well, hopefully it's not too not immediate, because we have a hard deadline.
Yep. So I expect that scheduling is going to happen pretty fast here. Still a lot more exciting stuff as we're coming to a close here, but let's give you all a chance to say last words. Waffle, anything you want to say here before we wrap this up?
As I say every time, thank you everyone who helps out with this, who helps run the tournament and does the restreams and everything like that. I greatly appreciate that. This has been really fun, and it's just neat to do this with nothing on the line.
All right. Ducky, how about you?
Wishlist Timespinner 2.
Yes, absolutely.
Always got to make sure we get that one in there.
Yep. Bodhi has been doing excellent work. You can see him streaming on the Literary Games channel. And about once or twice a week, he'll do some dev streams, and you'll be able to get a sneak peek at Timespinner 2, under development and to be released in the future. Zed, anything you would like to add?
Thank you for setting this up. I know it's usually my job, but I had a thing going on, so thank you for setting up this one and for doing my matches, because I think it's frowned upon if I try and do my own matches.
Maybe just a little bit. Also, that would mean technically you and Wef would be commentating your own matches.
Yeah.
Also, sorry.
We'll just block out the left side of the screen, and you guys will just listen to us as we swear at the video game.
I'm sorry, Ducky, did you have more? I apologize.
Has anyone pointed out that specific is spelled wrong in the...
Yes.
Yes, so,
Okay.
Zed...
You want to tell me that, I think... Oh, there was another one. I think it was jewelry?
Also, oops, should be capitalized.
I always spelled jewelry wrong anyways.
So, regardless, so this is a screenshot of Zed's layout from the very beginning of the tournament. On Zed's, if Zed does the restream, this is correct, because this is just text for him and he's already fixed all the errors.
No, it's not text.
Oh,
I actually have a really hacky fix, because I designed this specific thing that you're looking at very poorly.
Oh. Fair enough. Regardless, when Zed does restreams, it is fixed.
It is fixed, but if you look at specific, you'll notice that it looks odd. So don't.
Yeah.
Yep. But yeah. And so I guess it's my turn now. So again, Wishlist Timespinner 2. Fantastic game. It's gonna be great. I already know it. Timespinner itself, great game. If you don't already own it, buy it. Also, please feel free to join the Timespinner Discord. I'm pretty sure it's just discord.gg/timespinner, which I'm gonna go ahead and throw into my chat right now. So if you'd like to join the community, Lunar Ray Games, the developer, as already mentioned, he's fully embraced the randomizer community. He's done edits to the game to help us out. And so the randomizer community is actually organized on the official Timespinner Discord.
I also believe he's made top 8 in every single randomizer tournament that we've done.
He has, because he's just that good at his own game.
He really is. I'm also just realizing I forgot to do any advertisement whatsoever for this race. Oops.
Nah, don't worry. I got you.
All right. But yeah, thank you to our runners. You should make sure to go follow all of them. Waffle Soup, Ducky 2010, Lord Raiden, spelled with a 0 instead of an O, and Warehouse Jesus, all excellent people. I believe Lord Raiden has switched over to another game now. So feel free to go see what he's doing. And also follow ACZ, my co-commentator on tonight's race. Most of the races have been streamed by him. He set up our layout. He's done a lot of the technical work to get a lot of this running, and we owe him a huge debt for organizing this. So again, thank you so much.
I do it for the love of the community. You guys are all awesome, so makes it really easy to do.
Yep. And with that, I think I'm out of things to say. So, unless there's any other final words, I think we're ready to say goodbye to the stream. I think I'm gonna go ahead and I think we'll go ahead and send Lord Raiden a raid on the way out.
That's good. Yeah, that's all from me.
All right. Well, take care, everyone.
Bye.
Bye. And rated.